Recently, I was given an upgrade offer of 50,000 points to upgrade my American Express Delta Gold Card to the American Express Delta Platinum Card. Now, this is a $350 a year airline card with Delta Airlines, but I've had all of these cards. Well, actually, this will be the first time for me having this one, but I've had both the United Quest card, their competitor at $350, and I currently have the American Airlines Globe card, which is their $350 offering. And in my honest opinion, even though I don't fly Delta as often as I do some of the others, I really believe that the Delta Amex Platinum Card is the best mid-tier, and when I say mid-tier, in that $350 range, airline credit card available publicly on the market today. So I'm going to tell you all about this card, why I think it's great for a lot of people. If you would, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's look at it together. Now, the Amex Delta Platinum Card is kind of their middle card. Now, they do have what's called a blue card at the very bottom that has no perks, hardly at all. It's no annual fee. It doesn't give you any of the benefits of why you would want an airline card, including the free check bags that the others give. So I'm just going to discount that one. So to me, the real cards that are in question are the $150 Delta Gold card, this $350 a year Delta Platinum card, and the $650 a year Delta Reserve card. Now, I currently have the Delta Gold card, and at least 2 times I've had the Delta Reserve card in the past, and if they give me an upgrade offer to the Delta Reserve after I get the Platinum, I'll probably have it again, because I've long said the Delta Reserve card, I think, is one of the very, very best, if not the best, airline credit cards available on the market. Well, the thing about the Delta Platinum card is that it's not quite its big brother, the Delta Reserve, but it holds a lot of value, and it has a lot of the same basic perks that the Delta Reserve does, just kind of in less intensive fashion. So I want to tell you why I think this is a very, very good card for people who fly Delta Airlines. So, of course, we've already noted that it has a $350 annual fee. Well, what do you get for that? Well, some of the things, just like any airline card, just aren't stellar. Like, for instance, the multipliers. It's 3x on Delta, it's 2x on dining and supermarkets, it's 1x everywhere else. And it has to be noted here, because I'm trying to do an honest evaluation. Delta points are not overly valuable. In fact, they're often called Sky Pesos, and I would agree with that assessment. I love American Airlines points. They are super valuable. United points are not super valuable, but they're kind of mediocre in their value, but better than Delta. So when we talk about earnings, I wouldn't recommend anybody to get a Delta card to earn Delta points. You'll do better by earning American Express points on their cards and transferring them over to Delta. But that's what the multipliers are. 3x on Delta, 2x on dining, 2x on groceries, 1x on everything else, which just isn't very impressive for a $350 annual fee. The card gives the typical airline card perks, like, for instance, you get early boarding. I think it's Group 5 with Delta, so that gets you on the plane a little bit earlier than people without a card or without status, so you can maybe get some overhead bin space. It also gives you the free check bag for yourself and several companions. So if you fly quite a few times and you check bags, that's going to pay for the card all by itself, because that can be $35 each way. And so if you start adding that up for you and several companions, that's quite a bit of value. But that's pretty par for the course on most airline cards and doesn't really differentiate this one from its competitors. Now, 2 things that do differentiate this card is, first of all all of the Delta cards that have an annual fee give you the Takeoff 15 benefit. So that means even though their points aren't worth very much, you do get a little bit better value because when you book a Delta flight with points, they're going to take 15% off. So I used to wonder if that was just going to be not really any benefit because they were going to inflate the prices, but it doesn't seem like they do that. It seems like it is a true 15% off. So that's certainly a benefit. The other thing is that if you're chasing status with Delta Airlines, the card gives you a 2,500 MQD boost. So it takes 5,000 medallion qualifying dollars, MQDs, and that's kind of money that you get when you fly on the airline. It's kind of their own metric for status. It's not points or money that you can use to buy flights. But if you're searching for status, that just having this card gets you halfway to their bottom tier status of silver. And if you have this and another card, say one of their business cards for Delta or the reserve card, then you can actually get all the way to their lowest level of status without doing anything else, without even getting on an airplane. So that's kind of a neat feature. Now, one feature they took away is this card used to give you access to Delta Sky Clubs. You had to pay for it, but at least you could get in. Well, they took that away. That is no longer available. So that's not, I guess that's a downgrade, but I wouldn't have wanted to pay the fee to get in anyway. So I don't even really factor that into this card. Now we get into the reasons why I think this card is a very good value. It gives several credits. It gives $150 a year hotel credit with Delta stays. I have used this when I had the reserve card. It gives a little bit more with the reserve card, but of course you have a much higher annual fee. But the Delta stays, it's run by Expedia. It's really easy to use, and you can use this, I believe, even on a one-night stay. So that is a pretty good perk. So you often can find a hotel for $150 a night, or it's a discount on a more expensive hotel. So even that right there, if you use that every year, it pulls your annual fee effectively down to about $200 a year. It also gives a Resi credit at Resi restaurants. And so there are lots and lots of restaurants on the Resi network. And this is $10 a month, $120 a year. And you just go into the restaurant and I often buy gift cards if I don't want to eat there that day. But if you eat and use your card, they're going to give you back $10 a month. That's $120 a year. And the other one is the rideshare credit. Now, this one I actually very much liked. It was very similar on the Delta Reserve card that I had before. And what it is you get $10 a month. Well, what I would do is I would just buy $25 every single month of Lyft credit. And when you do that through the app, then it triggered for me and I got the $10 back, and I did have to put an extra $15 with it, but I'm going to use those Lyft credits later anyway. So I was able to bank them up because both of these credits, the Resi and the rideshare, are use it or lose it. You have to use it in the course of a month. So when you add all that together, you got the 150 Delta Stays hotel credit. You got 120, that's 270 with Resi. You get another 120 with rideshare. So when you add all that together, you get about $390 in value if you use all of those credits. And that's more than the annual fee, just on the credits. But then here's the superpower of the card. It gives you a free companion pass every year, free companion certificate. Now, you still have to pay the taxes and fees, but that means that if you're flying on Delta with a companion on a round-trip ticket, you can buy one, get one free, and just pay the taxes and fees. This can be worth $300, $400, $500, and even more. And so that's on top of what you're getting with all of those credits and the free bags and everything else. So I think the Delta Platinum Card is one of the most underrated airline cards that there is. If it was with an airline that the points were super, super valuable, I think it would be the talk of the town. It absolutely gives incredible value because of all those credits that are worth more if you use them all than the annual fee. Plus, you get a $400, $500 companion pass. Now, I will say on the companion passes, because I'm trying to be very straightforward about this, they're not always super easy to use because not every flight is available with that. But I've always been able to find a means of using those for good value for us. So that's my review of the Delta Platinum Card. I think it's an A card. I think it absolutely is so very, very good for people who fly Delta. I'll put my link So if you want to apply for this card, you can go and do so down below. And I appreciate so much for everybody being here. If you do use that link, it supports the channel, and I appreciate that so much. If you would please consider my channel membership, it's just $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. I do special videos every week for channel members, early release my videos. There's also a higher tier called Spreadsheet Warriors where we do occasional Zoom calls where you can talk face to face. You can check both of those out at the join button, or you can hit the link below. Thanks for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you here next time.